Man, you gotta calm down, brother. Cause listen, man, things can get real sticky real quick, and then everybody would say, this is what we do every time we come out. This is what we do when we come out.
He already said, he wanted to move up in competition to be undisputed at 54 or something like that. So, yeah, he definitely did say that too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We ain't worrying about, right now we ain't worrying about Crawford. We gonna clean 147 now, then we gonna move to 154. If he there and he got a belt, we coming after him. Simple as that.
Bro, listen, just like you talking, just like you doing all that talking, bro, it can turn deadly real quick, but on both sides. So why not support, listen, why not support your fighter? Support your fighter. You ain't got nothing wrong with that. Support your fighter. Y'all support y'all fighter. Let's come together, make this event a success, instead of everybody saying every time we get together, you know what I mean, it's always shooting and violence. Everybody know Terence Crawford. Y'all know
Breaking news is shaking up the boxing world as Terence Crawford makes a surprise appearance ringside at the press conference. But he was not there just to watch. He made it clear he is fully behind Xander Zaz. That unexpected show of support instantly changed the storyline surrounding the fight, adding even more pressure on Jaron Boots Ennis as fight week gets closer.
there is stuff. You talking to.
Let Aaron.
Because you keep talking like
you
doing all that talking.
That's how
you doing all that talking.
You can't be always talking. I come back.
We're gonna talk, and you talking too much.
Xander Zaz openly praised Terence Crawford, expressing deep respect for everything he has accomplished in the sport. At the same time, he stayed confident in his own abilities, pointing to his talent and growing presence in the 154-pound division. Having the public support of a boxing icon like Crawford adds another layer of credibility to his rise and brings real psychological momentum as he continues moving up the ranks.
Those words mean the world to me. From somebody like him, what he means to the island and to boxing, it's amazing. So again, like he said, I could fight, I could box, I could do it everything in there. And inside that ring, I'm the natural 154-pounder. So I've been here for a long time. I'm here to keep taking over the division, and I'm excited to continue.
Jaron Boots Ennis is entering this fight with complete confidence, fully believing he has the tools to take apart anyone who steps in front of him. His mindset reflects a fighter who sees absolutely no ceiling on what he can achieve. However, with Xander Zaz now receiving public backing from Terence Crawford, every bold statement from Ennis carries even more weight, raising the pressure and expectations surrounding this already highly anticipated clash.
Absolutely not.
Why do you say that?
Because this is so much that I see. I know for a fact that I know he's not able to take this.
I'm glad you think that way. I really do. I really enjoyed this.
Titles for Xander Zaz.
I'm not worrying about none of that, bro.
I'm
not worried about none of that.
Unified at 147.
I'm not worried about none of that.
Here he is. Second fight.
Them things come back home with me.
Touch him one more time. Last time you're gonna touch him. Last time you're gonna touch him.
What you gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't gonna do nothing. You gonna do nothing. Yeah. What's up? Yeah. He don't want them joints. Yeah. He a baby, bro. He a baby. I ain't worried about him. So he cool. Yeah. He know better. He all right.
Hold that stare long enough, something like that is bound to happen.
Terence Crawford is showing Xander Zaz genuine respect while also offering a gentle warning about the challenges ahead. He recognizes Zaz's confidence, determination, and potential, but hints that facing elite-level competition like Jaron Boots Ennis could be a serious test at this point in his career. Crawford's comments suggest that while the young contender has all the right qualities to succeed, timing and experience could still play a very important role when stepping up against the very best.
In his career, but it shows his heart and his confidence, you know, that he has in himself, and he's ready to go make history for his country. And he's gonna do real well in that fight. You know, I just think, you know, right now, you know, is a little bit too early.
Rolly Romero is clearly on the side of Jaron Boots Ennis in this matchup, pointing to the experience gap as the key factor that could decide the outcome. While Xander Zaz continues to earn praise for his youth, talent, and potential, Romero believes Ennis's maturity, composure, and time spent competing at a higher level give him a real and meaningful advantage. In his view, that edge and ring experience could ultimately be the thing that separates them when it truly matters. Greg Hackett describes Xander Zaz as a physically strong, tough, and highly energetic fighter who brings a serious presence into the ring with him. He believes Zaz has the qualities needed to challenge anyone in the division and should not be taken lightly. Hackett makes it clear this is far from an easy task for Jaron Boots Ennis, viewing the matchup as a very competitive and potentially risky fight for both men as they prepare to test themselves against elite opposition.
And he's not afraid. Boots, we know he try to bring everything to the table, the speed, the power, just the lights. He bringing everything to it. I think it's a great test for Boots because this is a guy who you can say is durable. You can say he's durable because he's never been stopped. I never even seen him go down. You know what I mean? So it's not like we talking about a chump. You know what I mean? He come in to fight. And I think this kid being young will make him dangerous. Him being young, energetic, and then a big guy. He got real good size to him. You know what I mean? Strong guy. And I think that right there enough.
This moment captures the intense tension building between Xander Zaz and Jaron Boots Ennis, showing clearly that Zaz is not intimidated at all by the challenge in front of him. The belt incident was a clear statement of confidence, signaling that he already sees himself as a future champion and is ready to claim his spot at the top. Even when Ennis tried to assert himself, Zaz stayed calm, composed, and steady, showing controlled aggression rather than letting his emotions take over. With Terence Crawford publicly behind him, Zaz appears to be carrying even greater belief into this rivalry. Moments like these can have a significant mental impact because the battle is no longer just about physical skills inside the ring. Pride, respect, confidence, and dominance are already being tested long before the opening bell, adding yet another layer to an already explosive matchup.
He was going to touch the belt, and at the beginning I told him, touch him. This is the closest you're going to get to them, so I don't mind you touching what's mine, because at the end of the day he's going to stay at home. But then at the end he just started rubbing, and I'm like, all right, bro, like we're good, like you don't have to keep touching him. And he touched him again, so I dropped him. I'm like, all right, this is the last time, what's up? And that's
Jaron Boots Ennis is balancing confidence with a degree of uncertainty, admitting he has never shared the ring with Xander Zaz while still boldly predicting an early stoppage victory. That fearless mindset is one of the main reasons Ennis is considered one of the sport's elite talents. However, making such a strong prediction also adds pressure, especially against an opponent who keeps earning more respect throughout the division. With Terence Crawford publicly showing support for Zaz, every confident statement from Ennis is now being looked at even more closely. Predicting a quick finish shows self-belief, but it also gives his opponent extra motivation. Zaz has built a reputation on proving people wrong and rising to meet every challenge placed in front of him.
So far, I mean, obviously you haven't been in the ring with him yet, but are you expecting that at least?
I mean, I can't really say like you said because I haven't been in the ring with him, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? I can go in there in the first round and get him out there, and we're not able to see nothing from him. So, like, I can't really say, but I think he got out of all the guys at 54, he got a better skill set than most of those guys.
Eddie Hearn points out how quickly mutual respect in this rivalry can shift into real tension. The face-off moments between Xander Zaz and Jaron Ennis show both fighters are deeply emotionally invested, which only makes the matchup more dangerous. When fighters start reacting emotionally instead of staying composed, it often leads to costly mistakes inside the ring. Zaz, especially with the influence and backing of Terence Crawford, appears calmer in the key moments, showing a more controlled approach to the pressure building around him. Ennis, on the other hand, brings intensity and aggression, but that emotional edge can either fuel a dominant performance or work against him once the real fight starts and discipline becomes the deciding factor. Greg Hackett outlines a realistic fight scenario where Xander Zaz would need to rely on size, control, and sharp timing to get past Jaron Boots Ennis. In this view, the outcome ultimately comes down to execution on fight night, where small adjustments can decide everything. While Ennis brings clear power and explosiveness, Zaz's toughness, discipline, and steady approach make him a genuine threat. With the influence of Terence Crawford helping shape his mindset, Zaz appears to be improving in how he handles high-pressure situations. In the end, this is not just a test of skill. It is about which fighter adapts faster when the fight turns chaotic and real pressure arrives.
Right, that night, my Impose your will. Box a little bit, but impose your will at times. You know what I mean? Don't let Bruce steal the rounds. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who's to say though? That kid might hit hard enough to get a knockout. We don't know. You know what I mean? And that's why I love the fight. Absolutely. We don't know. Because one thing I can say, not to cut you off, when your back is to the wall, man, you do some amazing things. You know what I'm saying?
This is high praise for Jaron Boots Ennis, placing him among the very best purely on skill, even ahead of Xander Zaz. But that is exactly where the story becomes more interesting because Zaz keeps getting underestimated despite consistent improvement and growing momentum. With the public backing of Terence Crawford adding confidence and belief around him, Zaz is fully embracing a strong underdog identity. That kind of energy can become very dangerous in elite matchups, especially when all expectations are stacked against a fighter. At this level, skill alone does not decide outcomes. Timing, mindset, and the ability to adjust during the fight matter just as much. If Zaz walks in with full belief on fight night pre-fight rankings, and opinions can quickly become meaningless once the real exchanges begin.
More skilled boxer than Xander. I think Boots is phenomenal. I've got him as the second best fighter. I've got you. And when I say that, I'm not talking about accolades, what they've achievements and stuff like that. I'm talking about boxing. That's why I think unless, like my man said, and I said that when the fight.
This is high praise for Jaron Boots Ennis, ranking him among the very best purely on skill, even ahead of Xander Zaz. But that is exactly where the story gets more interesting because Zaz keeps being overlooked despite steady development and rising confidence. With Terence Crawford publicly backing him and reinforcing his belief, Zaz is leaning into a strong underdog identity. That kind of mindset can become a genuinely dangerous factor in elite-level matchups. At this stage, skill alone does not determine outcomes. Timing, mentality, and the ability to adjust under real pressure matter just as much. If Zaz carries full belief into fight night, all the pre-fight rankings could quickly become irrelevant once the punches start landing.
Yeah. What's the best advice you could give him if he's setting into it?
Just keep trying to advance, keep learning your craft, keep studying your craft, keep working on your repertoire, because having a deep repertoire is what it's going to take. You got like Boots, because Boots has a
Xander Zaz is showing clear professionalism and long-term thinking in how he is managing his career at 154 pounds. He openly talks about growth, discipline, and structured nutrition, all key elements for staying competitive at the elite level. What stands out even more is his connection to the same nutrition team trusted by Terence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson, which immediately boosts his credibility as a future championship-level fighter. This is no longer just a prospect talking. This is a boxer actively building a system designed for longevity and peak performance. Compared to Jaron Ennis, who is often associated with raw athletic explosion, Zaz appears more focused on structured development and physical maturity. That foundation can become a major advantage in longer fights where conditioning, discipline, and weight management end up deciding things. If he continues on this path, Zaz will not just remain a contender. He has the potential to develop into a fully complete championship-level fighter capable of competing with anyone in the division.
Weight, then they gotta move up because that's the whole point of fighting at 154. You gotta make a little bit of weight. I'm growing, I'm getting better, I'm getting bigger. We keep controlling it. I have a great nutritionist team that work with me. The ones that work with Terence Crawford, Shakur Stevenson, so they know what they're doing. And I believe in them throughout,
Oscar de la Hoya offers a balanced breakdown of the matchup, acknowledging that the fight is extremely close while still leaning slightly toward Jaron Ennis based on overall skill and current momentum. He highlights how dangerous both fighters are, particularly when it comes to controlling distance and punching from different angles, which makes this a high-level tactical battle. At the same time, he points to the bigger problem in the division, the frustration that comes from delays in making the top fights actually happen. While Ennis may be seen as the narrow favorite, the fact that Xander Zaz is even part of this conversation reflects how quickly his stock is climbing. With Terence Crawford now regularly linked to discussions around Zaz, expectations naturally rise and the pressure intensifies. This is no longer just about one individual fight. It is about who controls the direction of the entire 154-pound division going forward. Both fighters are being positioned for long-term dominance, but Zaz's rise feels more momentum-driven right now, especially with influential figures indirectly supporting his path. And that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe to the channel.